So I'm filming this now because I don't want to film it in 15 minutes after I could be potentially feeling the relief of having done what I'm going to do. I feel quite at ease now, so it's not like I'm really anxious and then I feel really alleviated. Basically, I'm going to quit my job at this startup. I have had to do quite a bit of deliberating this morning. I won't go through all the reasons really, but I think the crux of it is that my ambition is causing me to want to leave, and it's also that I think the nature of the work isn't compatible with me at this time. So the ambition thing, I realise that now I really do want to be working for myself, as I've discussed before. And I feel that having to learn how to do Google Ads, YouTube advertising, either or, whatever, the same thing. Having to basically help the guy create the product they're selling and manage, redesign, design, recreate and manage the website. It's just a lot, and I'm getting 3.3% of potential pay, and I'm not getting paid for any of the YouTube stuff. It's a startup, so potentially I could ask for like paid hours, and even if they did say okay, $25 an hour for even self-learning, even then I'd be like, because those hours I could be putting toward learning skills for self-employment. And then also to do with, when I talk about the work not being compatible, I just walked past a kindergarten thing, and I realised that sort of work, like working with kids and chilling and being outside and talking and whatever, would be more cathartic, like what I'm doing now behind a computer, learning Google Ads and stuff I just don't care about, and I'm just doing it purely for somebody else. It just drains my energy mentally, and if I did that for 4 hours, I know I wouldn't want to be just going back to programming my own stuff. So they're the main reasons, I guess, and also it sits on my mind. So when I left today to go for a walk and I meditated in a park, I felt like quite a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, because I didn't know what to do, and also there's a meeting I'm supposed to be going to for it on Tuesday. Today's Friday, and even just now thinking about that, I'll cycle 2 hours total, just to talk some stuff. And even if it was a Zoom meeting, just talk about what I've learned, what I can bring to the table in terms of the YouTube ads they want me to talk about, how the design is going and the recreation of the website. And it's just stuff I don't care about, and I realise this is probably the most selfish thing I've done in a very, very long time, because this guy's got a traumatic brain injury. It's been his dream probably for a while to help other people with traumatic brain injuries. He's had it for 14 years. He's gotten to a place now where he wants to build a business out of it. He says there's a lot of potential. He's got people who are also really supportive of him. He does seem like a genuinely cool guy, but I've got my own priorities, I've got my own ambition. He's chasing his ambition, and I feel like now I'm chasing mine. It seems to be like a bad timing for it was bad timing when I joined the project, because it was when quarantine and self-isolation kicked in, and I started focusing on working towards self-employment, which is something I realised I wanted to do pretty much after I lost that door-to-door sales job. I was like, okay, well, that wasn't for me anyway. The last job I had, which was working at a bar, I lasted 2 shifts before I said I quit, which was due to anxiety. But again, it's probably because I wanted self-employment, autonomy. I think that's what it is. I was in a bad state mentally then, but nevertheless, if it was a different type of employment, or if I was doing work for myself, then I think I would have been better off. So I think I'm learning that I do value autonomy a lot more than I even thought, even though I thought I valued it a lot. So yeah, even Uber Eats. I'm like, now I haven't even done one shift of Uber Eats, just because I want to do it when I want to do it. Essentially, like, I will work. I'm fasting. I'm getting up early. I'm plunging hours into coding. I'm reading quite difficult books. None of it's just like pleasure. It's not direct, sensory pleasure. It does, a good amount of time feel like work, but it feels productive. When I'm cycling 2 hours and talking to a guy to help him get something together, and when I'm designing this website for somebody else, it doesn't feel productive. It doesn't feel like what I want. So yes, I am being selfish, and I think it's the right choice for me. So yeah, I'm going to finish this video now, send this email to everyone in the company to say that I'm quitting, and maybe I'll do a video later. Maybe there'll be some more back and forth emails. Maybe they'll, I said to them they can ring me if they want, but my decision is final. Maybe I'll have a call with them, which I wouldn't be against. It'd be awkward. That's one of the reasons I'm sending an email, also so I can articulate myself better over writing rather than having some potentially emotionally infused speech on the phone. It's a difficult thing because I feel like everyone would want me to do this. It's like, I can say I've had a managerial role at a startup. I've helped manifest a company that helps people with traumatic brain injuries, and I've managed this company in terms of all the communications and the IT. It sounds so good. I could put it on all my profiles and my portfolio, and I can do it for just other people. Other companies might look at it and go, wow, that's pretty impressive. But then myself, what do I want? What do I want? Do I want that? Or is that just what I think I want because I see how other people may perceive it? That's kind of the perspective I'm taking. I've had to take because my anxiety has just been there. I've been thinking like, this is a great opportunity. But then when it comes to, getting a message saying, Luke, can you come on this day? My instant reaction is like, I scrunch up, I shirk away. I feel a bit of anxiety. It's like when I had it the other day, and when I shook hands with everyone who was saying like, welcome on board and stuff, and when I got home and it was like, alright, we can do a session tomorrow, immediately my emotional reaction was, because it wasn't me. It was my gut telling me, cutting through the crap, well, not the crap, but cutting through the illusion and teaching me, Luke, this isn't probably what you want. It probably isn't what you want. So yeah, that's 8 minutes of justification, pretty much, an explanation of helping me feel a bit better. I was kind of already set before this video, hence why I'm recording it now. So yeah, it's an interesting point because there's a lot of potential, and I think I've learned. There's a potential to learn quite a lot from this as well.